This election season, we are being given two false choices and a choice that is not those two choices in Green Party candidate Jill Stein, or in Libertarian candidate Gary Johnson, although he thinks that Wall Street didn't do anything wrong, that they shouldn't be prosecuted for crimes, so, whatever, fuck him. At least Gary Johnson's anti-war and believes that weed should be legal. Now, to vote for a candidate is an endorsement of their policies. To say so seems so obvious that it shouldn't need to be said, but sometimes stating the obvious helps to illuminate deeper truths. To vote for Obama is an endorsement of the policy of assassinating United States citizens with drones. It is an endorsement of the policy of indefinite detention. It is an endorsement of the NDAA, which he signed. It is an endorsement of free trade agreements, which he has signed. It is an endorsement of putting Medicare, Social Security, Planned Parenthood on the chopping block rather than raising taxes. Okay, so maybe you don't support those things. So you're going to not vote at all. That gets you off the hook morally, right? Wrong. If you're being given a choice of murdering children in foreign countries by Republicans and murdering children in foreign countries by Democrats, and a choice of not murdering children, and you fail to vote in opposition to the murder of children, then you are complicit in the murder of children. If you are abdicating your personal responsibility to record your opposition and to vote for third-party candidates, if you abstain from voting, you are complicit in murder. Some say that voting legitimizes a corrupt system, and participating in it only legitimizes that corrupt system. But to me, this is no different than standing on the sidewalk while a stranger is murdered in front of you and then saying to step in and try to stop the murder would only be legitimizing the murder. The person being murdered doesn't give a shit about whether or not that murder is legitimate or not. They would like to not be murdered. But this is just highfalutin moralistic demagoguery, equating voting with being complicit in murder, right? Well, here's another piece of logic that seems to be so self-evident that it shouldn't need to be said, but I'll say it anyway. To consent to something is to be complicit. I'll say that again. To consent to something is to be complicit. Can we agree that that's true? So let's take a look at this from another angle, not through the representative politics model, but through the General Assembly model, the consensus model. In the consensus process, if there's something on the floor that is being discussed and about to be consented to, and you do not block, then you consent. If something comes up that you find to be morally reprehensible, and you do not block, you consent. Likewise, in the current system of representative democracy, if you do not vote against the policies that you disagree with, you are consenting to them. This can be through voting for candidates that are for the policies that you disagree with. This can also be done by not voting and thus not recording your opposition. By failing to record opposition, you are consenting. There is absolutely nothing radical about not voting. It's not idealistic, it's not pragmatic, it achieves nothing, and in fact actively consents to that which you are supposedly opposed to. And besides that, it takes about 5 minutes to do, so don't complain about it being a waste of time. You have 5 minutes.